Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Sheely from Sheely Learning Systems. I'm here to give you a meditative exercise that can help boost your immune system and tap into what's been referred to as the superimmunity system within you. You know that there's a difference between sickness and wellness. The absence of illness is zero on a scale from -10 to +10. And when you boost your immune system, you're actually getting to what's referred to as high levels of wellness. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do when there's a virus going around the planet. And in the case of a pandemic, you may know that there's not much defense that we have against viruses. The best defense is the immune system within you. If that's compromised, then so is your defense against virus. So let's review a couple of things prior to the meditation, and then I'll show you why this is a way to get you to that super immunity. First of all, you know that in the case of a virus going around, some of the best things you can do on the outside is to make sure you wash your hands and make sure you don't touch your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, that kind of thing in public places, keeping some distance between you and others, all very important. In addition to that, it's important that we watch what's going on inside of our bodies. So things like eating well, having a good balanced diet is going to strengthen your body, strengthen your immune system. It's also going to be helpful to get regular exercise. If you're not going to a gym, at least get outside and walk. The addition of walking outside, and besides the fact that it's pumping your muscles and it's allowing lymphatic fluid then to move because there's no pumping mechanism other than the contraction and expansion of muscle groups to move lymphatic fluid through you and help with your immune system. The the outdoor walking is also going to help give you vitamin D because the sunshine is going to help quite a bit. In addition to that, it will be helpful if you're sleeping well. Go to bed at a decent hour, try to keep a regular sleep routine, and also avoid overconsumption of alcohol. That's going to be a big stress. More important than anything else that I'd like to share with you right now is the idea of how to get rid of a stress response within your body. When you can eliminate stress, worries, fears, doubts, all of that, you're going to be much more powerful in handling anything that comes your way. And whether it's a work situation that's upset, family pressures that are going on, financial issues that are happening, or just the general scare going around the world around a pandemic, the best thing that you can do is one of the things that was referred to in World War II, the concept of be calm and carry on. I don't want to make it sound trite, but the idea of staying centered, being calm, and being able to keep taking small next steps in the directions of your goals is very, very important. And before we get into the real content of what we're getting into here, let's take a moment to do what's typical in any session that I lead, which is to do a brief drop-in exercise. Dropping into a calm, centered place so that you can be in a relaxed, alert state of mind and body and help the learning make the best impact for you. So wherever you are, if you can, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just lower your shoulders a bit. Let them drop. And when you do that, it naturally drops the breathing into your abdomen, which is the real vitality engine within you. It's that place where the breath is actually generated from. That diaphragm muscle pulls the air down in the bottom of the lungs and then helps expel the air from the bottom of the lungs up. So you're getting much more full and effective breath. When we're under stress, our shoulders have a tendency to come up around our ears. We breathe shallowly in the upper part of our chest. And as a result of that, our mind is more disturbed as well as our body becomes disturbed. It's compromising in all kinds of ways. So breathing in a way that just drops your shoulders and moves the breath into your abdomen. It's going to be super important. Next, I invite you to relax muscles of your forehead. Just allow them to smooth out. If you can close your eyes, great. Feel the muscles around your eyes, cheeks, and jaw all relax. And if you can, get a little hint of a smile at the corners of your eyes and the corners of your mouth. Now, this immediately sends an important signal into your brain. I'll talk about this in just a few minutes, but this idea of creating a gentle smile that's authentic is going to release a lot of positive neurochemicals that will help your brain and body enter a very calm state. Now, the final thing I invite you to do is to become aware of the touch of the breath in your nostrils. And as you exhale and inhale through your nostrils, see if you can feel the touch of that breath there. And allow that breath to flow without any interruption so that the exhale flows into the inhale, flows into the exhale without any pauses or jerks. You're not holding the breath, you're just letting it flow. And then finally, see if that exhale and inhale can be of a similar duration so that they're of the same length. And as you do that, you're creating a balance that's very key. Not only is the breath connected, but it's also balanced. Good, and at a rate that's right for you, feel free now to open your eyes. So there's 3 components to this little drop-in exercise, and I encourage you to do this throughout the day. As I give you the meditation in a few minutes, I'm going to guide you through this in a more robust, a little more filled out way, and you'll understand as a result of some of these ideas that I'll be covering here, why this is so key to helping you throughout the day maintain a relaxed, alert state of mind, and keep stress at bay. So the 3 components are to relax your shoulders, to relax your forehead and get a smile at the corners of your eyes and mouth, and feel the touch of the breath in your nostrils, and let that breath flow uninterrupted. So it's continuous, it's deep, and it's even. Those 3 components, super helpful. And I also think it's a good idea throughout the day to stand up, take a little stretch, get a drink of water, because that's going to also help the body in a lot of ways. All right, so let's get into the key concepts here, shall we? First of all, let me share a screen with you that will help you understand a bit more of what I'm talking about. So on the screen, you'll see that this is referring to the effect of stress on your mind. Any form of cognitive stress, stress that affects your thinking, is going to impact your attention, your perception, your memory, your thinking, and decision making. And most important is on this decision-making component is that it's going to cause your responses to become self-destructive or non-existent or very inappropriate. And if we can get rid of stress, we're going to improve in every area of our functioning, our ability to comprehend, our ability to analyze and interpret information, our ability to think and make effective decisions, our ability to remember what's most important, and our ability to respond effectively. Now, all of those components are just when the mind begins to worry about something. And interesting phenomenon happens If somebody is going in for a surgery and they're super freaked out about that surgery, what we find is that the amount of time it takes for a person to recover and the number of complications that occur during surgery all go up. But if a person goes in with a positive mindset, they have a spiritual awareness that lets them, reassures them that everything's going to be okay, then all of the measures of effectiveness of that intervention and recovery are all going up. So mindset is key. Stress when a pandemic is happening is natural because most people will tend to worry about it. You and I both. However, there are things that you can do about it, and there are things you can't do. So if you're taking care of all the basics that I mentioned before, then what's next to do is what you're doing on the inside. Now, if you're doing all of the hygiene issues, you're maintaining good exercise and nutrition, you're continuing to sleep well, drink appropriately and plenty of water, then it's really the management of your mind that's going to give you access to what has been referred to as super immunity. Years ago, I created a paraliminal recording called Perfect Health, and it was based on the work of a Dr. Paul Pearsall, who wrote a book titled SuperImmunity. So the access to that function within us will happen when you're using your mind most effectively. Again, moving from illness to neutral to high level of wellness is all possible when you're using your thinking and decision making most effectively. So let me show you one other chart that will help explain why this is so key. So I showed you this one. Now, here's a model about the human brain. The design of the human brain, the oldest part of it is called the reptilian complex. Now, the reptile brain is associated with physical safety. So when you're feeling not safe physically because there's a virus going around, then it has a tendency to put us into what's called a freeze response. We're going to freeze. We're going to isolate ourselves. We're not going to move. We're not going to do anything. We're going to avoid everything. When that stress hits the mammalian complex, the limbic system, this is the part of us that's in charge of emotional safety. When we're feeling emotionally unsafe due to worry and other kinds of stresses, then what happens is we have a tendency to fight or flee. And that's what we saw in the stores when people were storming the stores to get supplies in fear that there wouldn't be enough. Now, the next part of the brain, which surrounds these two components of the old brain, is called the neocortex. The neocortex is the real thinking part of the brain, the left and right hemispheres of the brain. This is going to give you the ability to recognize that you can do things, take small next steps to make a difference. And then the final part of the brain, probably one of the most exciting, is called the prefrontal cortex. And the prefrontal cortex is the part of us that gives us the big picture. It lets us see a future of possibility. Now, with all that said, I want to give you what the basic model is that's going to help you to boost your immune system. If you're under stress, what happens is that the brain down regulates into the old brain structures. So the freeze response, right? The reptilian comes and says, I'm not safe. The turtle goes into its shell. So when you relax and drop your shoulders, what happens when you take a deep breath in and just exhale, close your eyes and drop your shoulders, it sends a signal to your brain that there's no imminent threat, that you're okay. Now, you might look at a pandemic and say, well, there is an imminent threat. Well, maybe, right? Maybe it would come across. And hey, you actually already contracted the virus. Is it a death sentence? No. Most people survive it. So take a moment to recognize that at this moment, the fact that you're watching this and listening to my voice means that you are safe. Will you be safe 5 minutes from now? Yes. Will you be safe 5 days from now or 5 weeks from now? All we know is that right now you're safe. So train your body to experience that safety. And it's a feeling of safety that's going to calm the reptilian complex of the brain. It's going to eliminate those stress hormones that get spread throughout the body: cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. Okay, the second part of the basic protocol here that I'm sharing with you is to get to the mammalian complex, that limbic system of the brain, and tell it to be calm. That's why I started this session saying, stay calm and carry on. The idea of calm immediately affects the limbic system of the brain, that part of us that wants to fight or run away. So when you calm down, you can be present and realize that you have resources available to you. So the exercise that I shared with you in dropping in has you focus on relaxing the forehead muscle, the frontalis. And when you relax this, it's actually associated with relaxation throughout your entire being. So very helpful to smooth out your forehead and relax around your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, and get that hint of a smile. Because when that smile comes across your face, it really sends a signal of calm to you. So once again, let's try it. Take a deep breath in, pull your shoulders up, and then just let them drop. Relax your forehead and get a hint of a smile at the corners of your eyes and mouth. Now, what you've done is you've given yourself the signal that you're safe and that you're calm. Now, what that allows the brain to do now is to upregulate into the neocortex, the thinking part of your brain, where you can see that, number one, you're connected to resources, and number two, there are things that you can do right now to make a difference. You have agency, you have efficacy, you can take a small next step that will help you out. So the next part of that basic exercise is to notice the breath in your nostrils. And as you breathe, breathe in a continuous cycle so that the exhale and the inhale are smooth and no breaks or hesitations or jerks in that breath. When you breathe in this way, it's an instantaneous body awareness that brings a sense of safety, calm, and connection. Very important. You're connecting the hemispheres of the brain. You're connecting to the most important thing that you have, your breath. As soon as you hold the breath, you lock in whatever emotion is going on. So to have that breath flow means that your life is also in a flow, and your thinking is going to be able to flow more effectively towards solutions, possibilities, and steps that you can take to make a difference in your life. So no matter the stress that's going on in you, when you do these three things, you're now up-regulating the brain. So you're safe, you're calm, and with the breath connected, you're connecting the hemispheres. You are connected to resources like people who can assist and support, like capabilities that are within you. And that's where we now have a sense of agency, a sense of efficacy. We can do something to make a difference. What you're going to be doing in the meditation that I'll give you in just a few moments, it's going to be putting you in touch with that superimmunity capability of your immune system, the body and mind working together to create the ideal internal environment to fend off any illness, any virus that may occur. And you know, research will tell you this, the best defense is a strong immune system. Now, the final part of this work is to tap into that prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that gives us what's been referred to as mind sight. It's the ability to see a vision of a hopeful future on the other side of whatever difficulty may be going on. Keeping your eyes on the prize, seeing the big picture, seeing now that humanity is actually awakening to the fact that we are all connected, that what happens in one locale matters to all of us. And as we work effectively together, we'll come up with the strategies to solve the important problems that we're facing. We're not going to be able to solve those when we're under duress, when we're stressed out, when we're feeling unsafe. But when we tap into that visioning capability of the prefrontal cortex, we're going to be able to transcend the current problem-solving paradigm and come up with out-of-the-box solutions, abilities that we never conceived of up until now. See, many of the problems that we're facing today are the unintended consequence of the ways in which we've gone about trying to solve our problems. Our problems today are the unintended consequence of how we go about solving our problems. So in order to get to a solution that we don't have now, we have to approach it with a different level of thinking than the thinking that went into causing our current set of problems. You can't solve a problem at the level of thinking that put the problem here. And so by getting in touch with that prefrontal cortex, that ability to have a mind sight of a positive future, a vision, and a greater purpose, we have tapped into the most powerful agency in the known universe, the true power of the human mind. So the exercise that I'm going to lead you through is a meditation that will take you through each of the steps that I just went through, but it'll also guide you on a visualization to help boost your immune system, regardless of what's going on. And if you're ready to do that, then make sure you've taken a little drink of water, given yourself a good stretch. And if you can sit back in a comfortable way so that your head, neck, and trunk is in a line, or if you could lay down and relax with no crossed arms or legs, you'll be in a perfect posture for doing this meditation. And the meditation will last a little over 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. It will be a great thing for you to listen to anytime during the day. You wake up in the morning, or when you go to sleep at night. It will be very helpful to you. All right, so right now, if you're all set, take a deep breath in, really fill your lungs up to the top. And then as you exhale, close your eyes and just let your shoulders drop. Let them relax completely. As you relax your shoulders completely, you send a signal to that oldest part of your brain to tell it you're safe. In this moment, right here, right now, you're safe. There's no imminent threat in this moment. So if you keep your thoughts in the present moment, not worrying about the future, not concerned about the past, but just in the present, you can allow your shoulders to relax even more. And now become aware of the muscles of your face. Relax your forehead, let it smooth out. Relax all around the muscles of your eyes. Relax your cheeks, your jaw. And now bring a slight hint of a smile to the corners of your eyes and the corners of your mouth. This gentle smile sends a signal to release positive neurochemistry throughout your brain, throughout your body. You are calm. And with the experience of safety and calm, you're naturally up-regulating the brain into the higher brain functions. Finally, become aware of the touch of the breath in your nostrils and feel that breath flowing out and in a continuous way, without any pauses or hesitations, with no jerks in the breath. Just allow that breath to flow smoothly and deeply. Now see if you can have that breath flow so that the exhale and inhale are of a similar duration. The length of the exhale and the length of the inhale are similar. And as you feel the touch of this breath, which is working for you 24 hours a day, whether you think about it or not, the moment that you become aware of the feeling of this breath in your nostrils, you immediately come into this present moment. Your mind isn't going to be wandering to other times and other places. When you feel the touch of this breath and are aware of it, you're much more centered in the fullness of your internal resources, your creativity, your intuition, your problem-solving capability. And if you feel a greater sense of connection, just with the breath connected, you're also now connecting the body and mind more effectively, because the breath is that invisible link between the body and mind. When you relax the breath, it relaxes the body. When you relax the breath, it calms the mind. So that each breath that you breathe continues to connect and calm the body. It also has a tendency, when you balance the breath in this way, to balance the nervous systems, the sympathetic and parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is that part of you that helps you to restore and revitalize and heal the physical body. So when you take action out in the world with your sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic helps you to revitalize and recharge and heal. So these 3 steps now, the ability to feel safe, to feel calm, and to feel connected, up-regulates your brain into this higher thinking mind that lets you see that there is a small next step you can take. You can boost your immune system by lowering your stresses, by sleeping more effectively, by exercising gently, getting fresh air and sunshine, by eating well, by taking all of the necessary personal hygiene precautions. All of these steps are going to help you be strong and healthy. More importantly, you recognize you can take a small next step to handle any concern that you're facing currently, whether it be a financial issue, a work issue, a relationship issue. There is a small next step that you can take. You have capability. You have an effective thinking mind. You have the courage to take a small next step that can make a difference and move you in the direction of a goal that you truly desire. And so the brain can upregulate into that vision of hope. The hope and image of a positive future that you can begin creating today. A hope, a vision, a purpose that you can see yourself attaining. And if you picture in your mind you remaining healthy, strong, capable, maintaining financial stability, growing your wealth, your personal abundance, and access to greater prosperity, positive relationships. In any area of your life where you choose, envision the ideal end result. Being on the other side of any problem situation that may be unraveling, unfolding, and seeing, being on the other side of it. And when you're there, seeing what you look like, how you walk, how you talk, you're strong, healthy, abundant, capable, enjoying the success that you've envisioned. And then you can feel that in your body, see it through your own eyes, and hear it in your own ears, the positive statements from yourself and others that you've achieved what you've set your mind upon. And as you are now once again aware of yourself in this present moment, you can hold an image and a feeling of your vision of success, your future, that brings the feeling of hope and possibility to your day right now. Let that capability of creating the future you desire expand throughout your body and mind. Right now, you are safe. You are calm. You are connected. You are able. And you have the vision that brings hope and possibilities for the ideal next steps that you take. Take another moment now to just be aware of yourself from head to toe. Position of your hands, your feet, your head. And as you are aware of yourself, imagine that you could stand right next to you and see your physical body and actually scan throughout your body any areas of imbalance that may exist. And if you were to use your hands to scan the physical body, you could feel any area that may be hot or cold. And that's an indication that here's an area that your immune system is working on. And as you scan your body, if you notice any place within you where there's a hot spot, then you can cool it down to warm. And in that process, you're boosting your SuperImmunity system. If you find any area in your body that's cold, you can warm it up to cool. And in that, you're boosting your SuperImmunity system. So just scan the body and imagine it in a beautiful, balanced state of a dynamic equilibrium, responding with perfect integrity to support and protect you to remain healthy, fully functioning, abundant, and prosperous. Good. Now, once again, with your eyes closed, just be aware of the relaxation in your shoulders, the relaxation in your face with that hint of a smile, and feeling the touch of the breath in your nostrils. At a rate that's right for you, gently open your eyes, feeling refreshed, revitalized, alert, really feeling good. Now, I would recommend that you do use that exercise as you awaken in the morning. It's going to set a great trajectory for the day. And certainly at night before you go to sleep, maybe half hour before sleep, because when you do go to bed, it's ideal that you go to bed well rested, and that meditation is going to help you be very well rested. Now, if you know my paraliminal technology, I'd recommend a couple of paraliminals that could also assist you on this topic. I've mentioned one, it's called Perfect Health. Another one that's ideal is called Sleep Deeply, Wake Refreshed. There's actually 2 recordings on that, one that you listen to prior to going to sleep and one that you'd listen to upon awakening. Another one that was really good is called Ideal Weight. Now, it's not necessarily about weight loss. It can be used for weight loss or weight gain, but the idea of maintaining an ideal weight allows you 2 things. One is your way of relating to your own physical body. And one of the two sessions on this recording, Ideal Weight, is referring to your relationship with your physical body. The other recording is on your relationship to food. And as I mentioned, a good diet, good exercise, avoiding excess alcohol consumption all has to do with your relationship to your body and your relationship to what you put in it. So that paraliminal can also be quite helpful. So we've got perfect health, sleep deeply, wake refresh, ideal weight. And I'd also recommend two others. One, if you're having difficulty with relaxation, the, the deep relaxation paraliminal is the longest one I think I've ever recorded. And it's very helpful, allows you to drift off into a nice state of sleep afterwards or bring yourself out. Very calming. It brings you through an entire um, physical relaxation exercise from head to toe and toe to head. Profound relaxation. Again, this is going to give your body the ability to restore itself. And that restoration is so key to maintaining a strong immune system. And the final one is if the cognitive stress is still bothering you, then you're using your mind to worry a lot. It's really good to listen to the anxiety-free paraliminal. Anxiety-free allows you to project into the future and feel in the now that everything's going to be okay. And sure, we're all going to face plenty of stresses. There's plenty of risks out in the world. It's our anxiety about it that's actually projecting a negative future image. We don't want to do that. We want to use our prefrontal cortex and our mind sight to project into the future you being fully resourced, absolutely capable, and succeeding at whatever it is that you set your mind to. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please share it with as many people as you can and go to the Sheely Learning website. You can get all the paraliminals there. It's www.sheelylearning.com. So with that, I'll say bye for now.